I was told on our last day of drama school that I wasn't going to be taken into the company, which was really disappointing because 4 or 5 of the others were going into theatre corporate, so I was disappointed. But an hour after that that conversation, a phone call arrived saying I'd been cast as Sid the Butcher's Boy in Children of Fire Mountain. So then I had 3.5 months working on this wonderful television series set in about 1850s in New Zealand, and down in the middle of the North Island, and where I met all this wonderful acting heritage of New Zealand. There was all these people, Bill Johnson, Terence Cooper, all these extraordinary, brilliant actors who were who'd cut their careers in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and were high flyers at the time. The names, there was everybody who was anybody. I had a terrible accident on about the first day of filming though. The horse and cart, I had to learn how to ride it, and I was saying hello to the horse, and there was a fence behind me, and the horse was a skittish horse, and it reared up with this cart on the back, and the cart side of the cart came forward and pinned me against the fence, so I ended up taken to hospital, and I was out for a week. Oh, it was terrible, but that was my debut, and I loved it. Cast, injured, back on set within a week. The film was fantastic. Greg Stitt was amazing. He was like a machine, the way he directed it, and as per usual on shoestring budgets, but it was fantastic. We worked really hard. It was I think about a 2.5, 3 weeks shoot, and when I saw it for the first time, I just couldn't believe it. I sort of thought my acting was pretty good, I don't know if you're allowed to say that, but it was. I was really proud of that film, and I thought, that I had a chance to do a film. It didn't eventuate. The career sort of went a little bit left into theatre there, which was really strange, because I thought, that having done that performance, that you could build the career path in film, but oops, very difficult. And that doesn't change. We had some of the best times, playing an Australian, which was like playing this dopey, especially a dopey Australian from Brisbane who supported the Broncos, the Brisbane Broncos. Jeez, which was just... But we had some great fun on the set, and I looked at it actually not so long ago, and it was some of it's really good stuff. I think it was way ahead of its time as a sort of like those, the soap operas that we get now. It was great, and that was 23 years ago. Goodness me. So, I think it was a groundbreaker from the perspective of what we could do, and it was different for Billy. I thought he was amazing in that, and considering he'd just got through a heart transplant and was on the show. But what a man, what a stunning man, and talent, more talent in his finger than I have than a whole room of actors. He could do anything. I think probably Robert the Hedgehog, who opens at the door, Lucille, Lucille, at the door. I mean, it's too early in the morning to be singing, but wonderful moment. But Heidi the Hippo, which I played along with Danny Mulholland, who moved her. Thank you, Danny. He was great moving her, but doing the voice of Heidi and the script was just fantastic. And I sang probably about 5 or 6 of the songs, and I loved it. So the music was fantastic. Garden of Love, which I sang in sort of falsetto, and Fran Walsh has always sort of said the singing on that was just extraordinary. I was a freak. I had this voice that some people would probably say he's got no testicles or something because it was so high, but it was fantastic. And we got nominated for Best Actress, actually. In the Film Awards that year, Danny and I. Heidi the Hippo was nominated which made a bit of probably a lark of the whole awards, because it's a puppet, the voice is great, the movement was great, but it was a puppet, and it sort of, I thought it was a bit strange against people who were acting, on screen. So, but I was very proud to do that. It was a great opportunity yet again. Mike Smith, who was directing, was amazing too. They all were. The whole crew were amazing, but Sean and Tandi as the other leads in the series. They were just wonderful to work with. They were so positive, so encouraging. I don't think we ever had a bad day on set, ever. And that was like 3 series, which grew and grew and grew. And the stories I loved. And I mean, Sean would, you know, if I started to get a bit sort of out of control, Sean would just say something that would just, but love him dearly. And he, I think, brought out maybe some stuff in me that I didn't think I had or could feel. And I mean, we just acted. That was it. We didn't actually do too much processing about it. We just did it. And that's the wonderful thing about Sean Duffy, that he just does it. I rehearsed with Bill Johnson and Naomi Watts for 6 weeks. That was the best 6 weeks of my life. She's amazing. She was absolutely fantastic. We did this number, I'm just wild about Harry, Harry's wild about me. And I played the woman and she played the man. It was vaudeville. We had the best rehearsal time. We just, and John Gibson was doing the music from the arrangement that the musical director of the show did. And we had the best time just rehearsing. It was fun. And Bill Johnson, who's, you know, in his 80s now, was just fantastic, playing the sweeper. And I was dressed in this frock with a fat suit and the high heels. And I loved it. I've got this great photo of Peter and me and Naomi Watts, just in our characters, in our costumes, smiling with Peter. And Peter's got this smile. And Peter loved it too. He was great, especially on the day when we were doing it. And there were cameras everywhere. I mean, we had about 6 or 7 cameras filming bits and pieces. And she was fantastic because she wouldn't not do anything. She was so open and responsive. Bert the Troll, very interesting, because we went on the mocap set to get all the movement and doing, you know, moving like a troll. And that was with Peter and William. And that was, we had Andy Serkis directing us, and that was amazing. I keep using the word amazing because there's no other way to describe it. We had the grey suits with the, you know, the ball so that they could get us in mocap, and we had to put the voices to it, you know. And how extraordinary to see what was put on top of you when the film came out. This troll, this huge troll, and who was a chef, who was very worried about the food he was cooking. Oh, I like a bit of farmer. Ooh, it's all right, isn't it? You know. We had such fun on that, and trying to come up with bits and pieces and imagining what was going to. It was nothing like we imagined when the finished product. But I loved Bert the chef. Loved it. It was great, and working opposite the other 2 guys was because everyone just enjoyed that. You know, it was we were playing these trolls. So we had a ball, and seeing them come to life and knowing that there was your voice as well, which was quite nice, and not, you know, not dubbed by someone else. Martin Freeman, why is he in the film? He's just, I mean, come on. He's fantastic. He's the funniest man I've met. He's so dry. He would say to me, and he would always tease me. Always, relentlessly. I don't know why. Do I look as though I need to be teased all the time? I think I'm a fairly sort of normal person. But Martin would say to me, have this really strong intellectual conversation with me for about 35 to 40 seconds about, so you've looked at the scene, it's really good, and how long have you been doing it? Why the f are you in this film? You can't act, you can't sing, what is it you do? Why are you in this film? But I'm very fond of him. He's an extraordinary, you know, him and Adam Brown, who plays my younger brother as well. Such lovely people, brilliant, brilliant, wonderful experience.